Hi guys, it's Rosie and welcome to Rosie Reacts. So today I'm going to be reacting to the explanation video from Bookish series for JHope's mixtape Hope World. Oh, that was such a good mixtape. And I am curious to see what she can explain to me that I might not have caught. I know there were a couple of references. I'm hoping she does the reference regarding 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, because I know that for sure was referenced in Hope World. And then I'm also hoping she explains a bit about Blue Side, because I'm not quite sure on that one still. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump into this. Bookish theories, please teach me.
Hello and welcome back to Bookish Theories. In today's video, I would like to talk about the songs featured in the mixtape Hope World, focusing on the breakdown and analysis of the themes as well as the literary references hidden inside the tracks. Released in March 2018, Hope World is a 7-track mixtape that explores JHope's artistic identity and values. The imagery associated with the project suggests that the mixtape is structured like a journey in JHope's personal universe, and the songs explore in detail the themes of identity, gratitude, hope, peace, and friendship. The first track of the mixtape is Hope World, a song that serves as an introduction to the world JHope wants to show us, and the opening lines go straight to the point. His name, JHope says, is his life, which means that his artistic persona strongly reflects his personal values. The song is an invitation to join him in the world he has built for himself, a universe born out of a mindset based on positivity and respect towards the people who helped him become the person that he is. The lyrics of the first 2 verses heavily focus on gratitude. JHope is thankful for the environment he's given, but also for his parents, whose values here are compared to a baton that was passed on and that he received. The lyrics show us that his work ethic, his positivity, his confidence and his respect come from his family, and through those values he created the Hope World we are now being presented. The song continues by welcoming the audience into his universe, and in the chorus we get the first of several literary references hidden within the mixtape. After introducing his world, JHope compares his life to a novel, and in the lyrics he mentions 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, a science fiction book by French author Jules Verne. In the book, the narrator is Pierre Aronnax, a marine biologist called in to investigate a giant sea creature who is causing mayhem offshore. The sea creature turns out to be the Nautilus, a submarine built by the mysterious Captain Nemo, and the rest of the story follows the adventures of the protagonists aboard the ship. By referencing this novel, JHope introduces the idea that his mixtape is not only a journey, but the medium through which this journey is made possible. In the 3rd verse, JHope says that his mixtape is a submarine, everyone is Aronnax and he is Captain Nemo. And this makes sense because in the book, Aronnax joins Captain Nemo in his adventure and together they visit incredible places. What is even more interesting here is that not only JHope compares Army to Aronnax and himself to Captain Nemo, but that he also compares his mixtape to the Nautilus. In the book, the Nautilus is described as a masterpiece containing masterpieces, meaning that the submarine not only allows the characters to travel to wonderful places, but that it is a wonderful place within itself. Like Captain Nemo built his submarine, JHope crafted the mixtape that made this journey possible, but the mixtape represents both the adventure and the medium through which we experience it. The second track of the mixtape is Piece of Peace Part 1, and here we dive right into the universe.
Okay, but I am happy with myself because although I have not read 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, I still remembered that Captain Nemo and like the submarine were part of that, and I was like, and that it was probably a book about adventure. I knew that much, so I had said that maybe he's saying that he wants to think of life as an adventure, which is not too far off, but apparently it's more along the lines of he wants us to go along on an adventure with him through his mixtape. So that's pretty cool. pretty cool. I really need to read more classic books. There's so many books I haven't read that are like, considered classics.
Hope World as introduced. The song is meant to be a manifesto of sorts of what JHope's persona and artistry represent, and in doing so, it explores a side of him that was never shown before. In the track, JHope talks about overcoming his personal hardships and his hope of becoming a piece of peace in the life of those who listen to his music. The outside world here is compared to a war zone, a place filled with shadows, blood, and sweat, where sprouts wither and no one listens to you no matter how hard you scream. For a song with such an upbeat rhythm, the imagery JHope uses is quite dark, and with reason. This world is ruthless, and he knows this very well because, as he mentions in the song, he went through all the things that you're going through now.
Wait. Sorry, I'm gonna put this a little back. Okay. Send BTS back to North Korea? Really, people? We cannot live in a world where JHope exists? What? Oh, wait. We must lynch him, burn him? What the? Who writes shit like this? What? They're all ugly, untalented. People are so freaking hateful. Looks like a horse, see 20 or 40, can't tell. Should have left BTS. People are so freaking ridiculous. JHope is so talented, okay? Like, he's so freaking talented. Like, just watch him on stage. Just like watch him on stage. Like, how can you even watch a single performance that has JHope in it and not think that he's like ridiculously talented? Like, the level of passion that he has and that he exudes in his performances is so freaking ridiculous. Okay, that just really pissed me the fuck off. Breathe, Rose. Don't let these people get to you. Oh my god, though, what the hell? Like, that's just so freaking ridiculous.
He went through all the things that you're going through now. He too had a dream, he too got rid of nightmares, he too made mistakes and suffered because of them. This is why it's so important to him to become a piece of peace in your life. The point of the song is to show that JHope wants to be that ray of sunshine that can help you find your inner peace. And this is something that he said himself on multiple occasions.
I mean, like, how can you see this? Like, it is true, he is a ray of sunshine. How can you see this picture of JHope and think that you want to, like, lynch him? People, see, this is why I don't interact with people enough. I don't interact with a lot of people because, like, there's people out there who have thought like this. Like, who thinks like this? It's okay. It's okay.
During the V-Live he held on the day the mixtape was released, JHope said that the song is meant to show how important it is to him to become what his name represents.
And exactly, and then not only that, like, not only someone who, like, has so much talent and, like, you know, like, is literal sunshine, but someone who is using his mixtape to spread such a positive message to the world. Like, why would you hate on someone like that? I mean, it's like, if you want to hate someone, go, like, hate a serial killer. I don't know, like, what's wrong with your life that you need to, like, hate on someone who's genuinely just trying to pursue a career that they love, and while they're doing that is trying to improve the lives of other people as well and give them hope and inspire them to do things. I didn't realize that this explanation video was going to really piss me off.
Hope, that piece of peace people need in their life. His intention here has a quite humble nature. The peace he is talking about is not the global kind, but the personal peace all of us want for ourselves. And this is also explained through the lyrics. In the song, JHope says, "I want to convey courage. You are the standard for happiness and you walk that road. I want to fill up that belief, like a simple piece of cake that fills one's stomach." Now, this part is very cute, and I think it perfectly explains what his intentions are. JHope here compares himself to a piece of cake, a treat, something that is sweet and makes you feel better on a bad day. The lyrics imply that he cannot solve all your problems, but that his music is meant to give you the strength and courage you need to fix them yourself and make yourself happy. JHope's mission is to bring happiness, peace and hope to his audience, and this is not limited to a single song or a mixtape. As he mentioned himself in the live, the part 1 implies that he wants to hold on to that theme of peace, not only in music but in life. If peace of
I was wondering why there was a part 1 in like the title. I didn't mention it because I just thought maybe there was going to be like a part 2 in like maybe one of the albums, because I obviously have not heard their entire discography yet, so I was like, maybe they did a part 2. But no, it's apparently this. I'm gonna go back a little bit.
JHope's mission is to bring happiness, peace and hope to his audience, and this is not limited to a single song or a mixtape. As he mentioned himself in the live, the part 1 implies that he wants to hold on to that theme of peace, not only in music but in life. If Piece of Peace is about JHope's mission as an artist, Daydream explores the theme of identity and the way he deals with the contrast between his public persona and his private life. The song opens with a line that's very telling. "My character," JHope says, "is like half and half," which means that his identity is split in two. The first half is the one that we know, a public figure striving for life, someone who abstains from large cravings, who knows how to behave and acts like he is expected to. The second half, however, is someone different, someone who from time to time wants to give in to those cravings and live freely like everyone else. This half.
So my interpretation was not quite the same. Wasn't quite the same. I think I did mention something about like maybe this is how he like I was torn on how to interpret this song. And I think in the beginning I mentioned that maybe this is talking about how he might want to be able to do some of these things but doesn't, because he knows that he has an image that he needs to maintain and stuff like that. But then throughout the rest of the song, I didn't quite go that way of interpreting. I only mentioned that in the beginning of the song, I think. And instead I said maybe it's about putting in the work in order to attain your dream, and instead of like getting things easily, you wish on a scar, meaning that you wish on you rely on yourself and your own hard work and the battles that you've been through and the scars that you've gotten from those battles in order to attain what you want. Whereas other people just continue wishing on stars and try to get through on luck instead of working hard, and their dream is never going to actually come to fruition because of that. But I honestly don't think my interpretation is incorrect. I just think it's another view. But let me hear what else she has to say about this.
Of him wants to cry, to party, to love, but he cannot do that. So instead of giving in to sadness and discontent, he daydreams about it, which is the way he chooses to deal with his double life. By daydreaming, JHope crosses the boundaries between reality and imagination and sets himself free. In the song, the dream is compared to a canvas where he is able to draw a different life, but this should not be mistaken as an attempt to escape the life he is living. In the lyrics, he explicitly says that he loves his life, but daydreaming is a common psychological escape that helps him cope with the limitations that come with success. In the pre-chorus, this idea is further developed by referencing two very popular books, Lewis Carroll's Alice in Wonderland and J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter series.
I did notice that.
In both novels, the child protagonists leave the real world and travel to places full of magic and wonder. So by comparing himself to Alice and Harry, JHope further reinforces the journey motif first introduced in Hope World. What is interesting here is that his use of literary references also highlight the duality of his character. On the one hand, we have Captain Nemo, a mysterious man who is characterized by his great charisma and his devotion to his crew. Nemo in Latin means no one, and his name is a direct reference to Book 9 of the Odyssey, where Ulysses introduces himself as no one when he meets the Cyclops Polyphemus.
Sorry, nope.
Both Captain Nemo and Ulysses are
caption on the
adventurers
pictures.
who value friendship. They are defined by their love for their craft and are hardened by the sacrifices they had to endure because of it. By comparing himself to Captain Nemo, JHope is exploring the professional half of himself. The JHope persona he built for himself is bright and cheerful, sure, but much like Nemo, his identity is also defined by passion, charisma, sacrifice, and friendship. On the other hand, however, we have Alice and Harry, who are two children that end up being the hero of the magical land they discover. The fact that he mentions them in Daydream is no mistake, because by daydreaming, JHope explores the other half of himself, the one that is carefree and wants to enjoy life in all its forms. Like Alice and Harry, JHope is the protagonist of his own fantasy, and this fantasy is as crazy and magical as Wonderland or Hogwarts. This is also explained in the second verse, where JHope shows us what his fantasies entail. When he dreams, he can do whatever he wants. He gets drunk, he goes out, he enjoys his youth, and he is wild and free. In his world, he doesn't have to be careful about the things that he does. He can cry without shame, he can love as much as he wants, he can fulfill his every desire and not worry about money or character. This part is very telling because it shows us that in his fantasy, JHope is not JHope, but Hosok, a normal boy who can do whatever he wants. If Captain Nemo is hardworking and charismatic like JHope, and Alice and Harry are as curious and dynamic as Hosok, one thing all of them have in common is they go on a journey. A concept whose importance in the mixtape is also expressed through another literary reference hidden inside the Daydream music video. In the video, JHope is portrayed sitting on a bed in space when he receives a call from Arthur, which is the protagonist of The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, a comedy science fiction series written.
I'm so dumb. How did I miss that? I haven't read the book. I've watched the movie, Martin Freeman. I mean, come on. I missed that completely. Also, I am really liking her interpretation of this song. I do think it's probably more correct than my interpretation, especially considering the literary references. I still think I have some merit to mine. But yeah, I really like her interpretation of this. And also, I'm just like, okay. Yeah. I'm happy that they still love their lives and stuff, but sometimes I do feel a little for them, because it must be hard wanting to do things and not being able to do them just because of the level of celebrity that you're at. You know what I mean? I mean, they're definitely at the point where they can't just go out and like on the fly and do even to just go shopping or something like that. They would probably just either get mobbed or just get constant staring and stuff like that, or people coming up to them asking to take a picture, things like that. When you just really want your free time, or just wanting to go out to a party, have a couple of drinks, let loose, and not see yourself featured in an article the next day. Fame and fortune, while they do bring a lot of benefits, it's not as much freedom as you might think it is. All right, let's go.
Written by English author Douglas Adams. In the series, we follow the adventures of Arthur, an Englishman who unknowingly befriends an alien named Ford who saves him when the planet is destroyed by the Vogons. After the incident, the two traveled through space with the help of the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, a travel guide with the writing "Don't Panic" on the cover, a phrase that is also contained in the message JHope receives from Arthur in the video. By including the "Don't Panic" reference in the video, JHope is implicitly continuing his mission to bring peace to his audience.
Besides 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, I actually would have known all of these references. I don't know how I didn't catch the "Don't Panic" and Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy reference. I have not had a lot of free time to rewatch some of my favorite movies. I'm like dumb. I feel like I need to hang out with JHope. We would probably get along. We seem to have similar taste in, movies, books, Harry Potter. Oh my god. Even though, let's not talk about what's going on with Miss Rowland over there, okay? Let's see.
In the words of author Arthur C. Clarke, "Don't Panic" is perhaps the best advice that could be given to mankind. It reminds you to always put things into perspective and to calm down when the situation is dire. Not panicking means to approach life in a more lucid manner, enjoying the ride, so to speak, instead of getting overwhelmed by your worries, which is what JHope is trying to tell you in Daydream. When things get tough, you can always rely on your imagination to make things better, and whatever happens, just remember not to panic, because at the end, everything will turn out fine, just like in JHope's case. The track that follows Daydream is Baseline, a song that serves as an interlude and that explores the theme of identity and gratitude.
And is a complete bop.
In the song, JHope further develops the ideas already introduced in Hope World and describes his foundations as an artist and how he got into music. Through the lyrics, we get the sense that the essence of his artistry is based on hard work, gratitude and determination. That's his baseline, the source of his results. Through hard work, he was able to debut and become the artist that he is, and thanks to his determination, he was able to transform his passion into a lifestyle, which is something that he's very grateful for. In the song, JHope explains that his music comes from his love for dancing. His rap, JHope says, is shaped through the rhythm of his body, which means that his identity as a rapper is strongly influenced by his passion for street dancing.
And it is, notice that his I would say JHope's style of rap is definitely more of a melodic map. That's not a word. That's not what I'm trying to say. Melodic rap. And that's definitely influenced by the fact that he loves to dance, and you gotta follow the rhythm, and he's able to stay on beat, and it's probably a big reason why he was able to pick up rap, since I know he didn't rap until after he joined BTS, right? Is because of he needs to have an intimate knowledge of beats and stuff like that in order to be the kind of dancer that he is. This is so cool. Okay. Also, when he raps and stuff like that, he puts his whole body into it, and he's such a great performer. My reaction to Cypher Medley got taken down. I do have it on my Patreon for free though, so you can go ahead and check that out if you want. The link will be in the description. But god, in that he rapped with every fiber of his body. He bias wrecked me so hard in that performance. He really did. That's why I say everyone in BTS has their own strengths, and I think JHope's strength is 150,000,000% his live performance, because he was born to be on stage. He really was. Okay, let's go.
If we consider the mixtape as a novel, Baseline may be seen as the chapter where JHope reveals us his backstory. The baselines of JHope's world are many and diverse. There's the passion for his crafts, but also the hard work he put into them, the determination that led him where he got, the positivity that he uses to fight hatred, and the gratitude for the environment he lives in, which is something that brings us to the theme of friendship, a concept heavily explored in Hang Sang. Hang Sang is a track that in style is strongly influenced by old-school hip-hop, which is something that is very evident by JHope's use of braggadocio. If Baseline told us about JHope's work ethic and gratitude, Hang Sang focuses on bragging about the success he has achieved and the importance of friendship in the journey that led him there. The song is split in half. The first half is about the sweet, sweet life BTS is leading right now. The wealth, the fame, the success, the Gucci tabs, and the endless number of COS toys they are collecting. But the second half explains why JHope is bragging so much about all these things. The lyrics here are very telling. Believing just in us since before debuting and harvesting hearsay. Everything was written, there was no one on our side. Here JHope is telling us that his pride doesn't come from vanity or arrogance, but from the hardships BTS had to endure in order to get where they are now. The 7 of them are on a journey that literally started with nothing. No one believed in them but themselves and their company, but now the whole world wants them and they are getting the recognition they deserve. This leads us right back to the theme of gratitude. JHope here is bragging about his success because he knows that his haters listen to his music as much as ARMY themselves, but right at the end he doesn't forget to thank those who were always there for him: his label, his fans and his team. The track that follows Hang Sang is Airplane, which is the second song of the mixtape with a music video. In the track, JHope goes on a trip down memory lane and continues to explore the journey motif that led us to this point.
There it is. That's like the kind of phrase that I was trying to look for. I don't know. I was like nostalgia, reminiscing, and those were kind of what I was trying to say. But that trip down memory lane is kind of even more in line. I don't know. Like there's very minor differences in connotation. They matter.
While the mixtape ends with Blue Side, Airplane can be seen as an official conclusion to the adventure that began with Hope World. Here JHope shows us he's coming to terms with the reality he's currently living. In the lyrics there's a heavy focus on memory. Even now, after all the fame and the success, JHope still remembers the times when he was only a small-town kid with big dreams. In the song he also mentions those who are jealous of him, how their spite will only make them lonely while he sips champagne on his plane. And this makes sense because if there's one thing we can understand from this musical journey is that JHope is happy now, satisfied and content after all the sacrifices he has made. What I find interesting about this song is that the theme of flying is a concept that fits with BTS music as well, which is probably the reason why Love Yourself Tear features Airplane Part 2 with all the members involved. Flying here is seen as something that is both literal and metaphorical. Due to their work, BTS is able to travel the world and visit many countries, but ARMY gave them the metaphorical wings they are now flying with. JHope and the others are flying because of the love and support ARMY gave them, and that's something they've said themselves on multiple occasions. Both songs here reflect their journey and their reality. Their everyday life involves a lot of hard work and limitations. They may not be able to see the stars, but they are the stars of the galaxy they built for themselves, so the payoff is unimaginable. Last but not least, we have Blue Side, the outro of the mixtape and the epilogue of this musical novel JHope gave us. By his own admission, the song plays as an outro for no specific reason, but since he wrote it almost 3 years before the release of Hope World, we can still gather some information about the concept that inspired it. Blue Side is a track that echoes a more innocent and clueless past. It's about the blue side of the world, about the wind and the sky, as well as the good memories they bring when JHope looks at them. Its simplicity recalls the nostalgia of a past that is never coming back, but coherent with JHope's persona, there's no sadness involved. Blue Side is a song that is meant to convey a feeling more than a specific message. Blue is a color with a heavy symbolism attached to it, and while it can be seen as a color that signifies melancholia, I think that in this case it's meant to express a feeling of peace and calm, which perfectly concludes the journey JHope has led us through. So that's it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did,
thank
or
you.
have any requests for future videos,
yes, I definitely did enjoy. Let me like it really quick. Okay, but yeah, thank you, Bookish Theories, for helping me break down Blue Side, because I was a little bit stuck on like why it was Blue Side. Okay, peace, calm, symbolism of blue. I had a feeling it was not like sad, and sad is probably the only thing that I could think of when I think about color symbolism in blue. But yeah, and then the fact that the lyrics are so simple does work with yeah, that simple feeling of peace and calm. And okay. Yes, thank you very much to Bookish Theories for giving us this explanation video. You guys should check out her channel if you haven't, because her explanations are the bomb. And yeah, that wraps up my Hope World Mixtape Day. I'm happy that I finally got a chance to dive into this, because man, do they make bad songs? Like, even by themselves, do they make bad songs? Because even though there's might have been just one or two songs that I haven't been like over the moon for, like there haven't really been any songs that I have gone like, you know what I mean? There haven't been any songs that I've just been like hated. And that's not common, even for people that I like, you know, even for like artists that I have liked all my life. There's still songs like Linkin Park. I love Linkin Park. I listened to them as a child, and there's still a couple of songs that I'm not, you know, I don't like, to be honest. I really don't like. Oh, and now here BTS comes along, and the members do their own solo work too. Only been diving in for a couple of months, but every single song is good to great. Even the songs that I'm not crazy about are not bad songs. They're just not to my taste. So that's just crazy. Okay, guys. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.